It's our first full day here. I was up nice and early, the others weren't, so I was raring to go. We got ourselves together. Half an hour into the walk, I've remembered that I rearranged my bags and I've left all the camera batteries back at the campsite. What an idiot. So I'm going back to get those while they wait up there. And they'll probably see all 6 reptile species just wandering past them while they wait. I have a battery, I'm on my way back to the others. They have found a common lizard, so hopefully it'll still be there when I get back. They'll get some footage anyway, but I want to see it.
Great to see our first reptile species early in the day. My brother also filmed some nice dragonfly shots before we set off on the roughly 3-mile hike to our SPB Arn, where we were hoping to see one of the UK's rarest reptiles, the sand lizard. And with any luck, complete the hat trick of all 3 UK native lizard species. On arrival, we hung out at the bird feeders by the entrance, just long enough for me to prove to myself that filming handheld with a really heavy 600mm lens isn't very easy, and then moved on into the reserve proper. Small copper, very nice. This was our first time visiting this reserve, and I have to say, I was mightily impressed. Although the first mammal we encountered wasn't one I was expecting to see. These pigs play an important role in the reserve, clearing the ground covering of pine needles and bracken, which is hugely beneficial for many species, including the rare sand lizards and smooth snakes.
The bad news, my tripod, which is so overloaded, is collapsing under the weight and about to fall apart. The good news, we have seen sand lizards. 3, possibly 4, maybe 5?
No.
It's 4 apparently. Who cares? Counting's for losers.
It's always good to spot sand lizards, and I'm especially happy that Jack's got to see them. Over the last couple of years, he and myself have been on 3 unsuccessful trips out of London in search of these lizards, so it's great for him to finally tick this lifer off. Before leaving on, we had a quick look for raft spiders, but without any luck.
Yeah, thank you. Cold tit. Oh, it's a lesser spotted idiot. And here's our daily spotted flycatcher, somewhere up there. Lots of stone chats, making stone chat noises, to be expected, but nice to see. Oh. Slow worm dead in the road, which means we've seen all 3 lizard species in the UK today. Although one of them's dead, so it doesn't count. But technically, we have seen all 3 in the last 24 hours. I guess that's some kind of non-record in this terrible country of very few reptiles.
We left the trail camera out at a couple of locations during our time in Dorset, but surprisingly all we managed to film was an out-of-focus moth, which won't be making the final cut of this video.
One last little flip on the way home, and I got 5 or 6 slow worms, but I've let the rest go because I'm getting absolutely annihilated by ants and a tiny grass snake who was playing dead and has musked all over me, and I stink, which means we've got all 3 British lizards. I'm getting bitten by ants.
At this point, we've now seen 4 of the 6 native reptile species in the UK. And much as I'd love to show footage of us finding adders and smooth snakes, spoiler alert, it didn't happen. But with a trip to Brownsea Island planned for the next day, and a little more local exploring to do, Dorset still had plenty of interesting wildlife in store for us. That evening we headed into town for some food, but the main purpose was to find a pub so we could charge phones and battery packs. And on the way back we got frustratingly close to a species that I would have loved to have caught on camera, but it wasn't to be.
Tawny owl sounds, but we can't see them.
And there were a couple of critters in the campsite toilet block, a European hornet and a giant house spider who was unfortunately one leg short of the full set.
Filming wildlife in a campsite bathroom. Let's leave before people think we're mad.
And before going to bed we got to see something that I don't see very often with all the light pollution in London. Stars, which I filmed really badly.
Right, cranking the ISO up to mega. Yeah, I know this footage is terrible and grainy, but look at that. There's the plough. Oh.